Hello, my name is Jennifer Yates, and in this video, I'll be talking about the National Database of Nursing Sensitive Quality Indicators and how it allows researchers to identify various nursing workforce elements that can impact patient outcomes. It is comprised of three categories, which include structure, process, and outcomes. The NDNQI, which stands for the National Database of Nursing Sensitive Quality Indicators, and what I'll be addressing it as for the rest of this video, was formed in 1998 by the American Nurses Association. It is currently overseen by Press Ganey. There are over 2,000 hospitals currently contributing to the NDNQI, and most of them are magnet-recognized facilities. Why is that important? Most magnet-recognized facilities have to have a certain or high percentage of bachelor level nurses or higher. Nursing sensitive quality indicators are specific patient outcomes that are influenced by nursing care. For the topic, I selected nursing turnovers, and I chose this topic because I've seen a lot of nurse turnover, especially since after COVID. The Press Ganey gets information collected from patient satisfaction surveys and from the employee surveys and employee documentation from the hospitals. Hospitals have a choice to provide data collected in their hospital entities and send it in to Press Ganey or NDNQI and have it, collected and analyzed and then sent back to the hospital to see what improvements can be done or what is working. Hospital entities that I work for put employee surveys out yearly. Some hospitals might do biannually or every quarter, but mine does yearly. Patient surveys come out all the time, and data collected from these patient surveys and the documentation from the nurses are what allow the contributions for the NDNQI to see what positive patient care is being performed and what is not. Nurses play a critical role in collecting data on the patients in the electronic health record. Proper documentation allows for nursing staff and the NDQI to have accurate data to see what needs to be fixed, what areas of care can be, there's something on there. What's the word to use? Perform better, and what is working well. Hospital organizations need to properly inform nursing and staff of the current or most up-to-date NDNQI results in a timely manner to improve quality of care. The entities that I work for hold a huddle every shift and discuss the current NDNQI data to show what is working and what is not. In some of the articles that I looked up in reference to the video or the topic that I chose is for nursing turnover is listening to your staff, job satisfaction, and how it correlates with the quality of life for a nurse, and who is caring for the caregivers. Now, this is important because nurses usually leave because they're not feeling heard, they're overworked, they don't feel like they're being paid enough, and just not having the autonomy of their life and schedule. One of the reasons why I ended up going PRN, having like a PRM or contract type job, just to have that autonomy. One article talks about managers were assigned to have one-on-one meetings with their employees so they could listen to their employees and see what was going on and what individualized cares were needed for each employee. Now, of course, they can't accommodate everybody, but if multiple people are saying the same thing, maybe they can fix that issue or whatever. Another article talks about providing wellness of care for nurses, not just the patients. Like, how are the caregivers being taken care of? Like, who's taking care of them? Yeah, we go home to our families, but most of us still have to do for our families. So what is the hospital organization doing to help with the wellness of the caregivers? And then also Job satisfaction. Are we working at a job where management and our other coworkers are fun to go in and work with? What kind of quality of life we have, and are we growing in our skill sets? Are we growing in our knowledge? How is our pay? All of these correlate to, are we satisfied in our working environment in the hospital setting? An article also discussed about having a good rapport with your manager. Staff tend to stay longer at a facility if they have a good relationship with their manager, especially if they're wanting to leave and they stay on just so that that manager can get some extra help in before you leave. That's something that I read, and I've actually seen it and witnessed it. Having a high nurse turnover in facilities can lead to improper patient care and puts more stress on the nursing staff that is currently working. Part of that improper patient care might include pressure ulcers, falls, or an increase in documentation errors or medication errors, just because the other nurses are spread thinner because they're missing staff. Having a high patient ratio, as a nurse, you are more susceptible to errors. It is important to gather timely and accurate documentation on the patient and implement it into the electronic health record so that data can be used and collected for the nurse and pharmacist to use and be sent to the NDNQI database. All of the data collected from the EHR documentation, as well as the nurses survey and the patient survey, is what gives you your yearly NDNQI scores. Now, we need to know the weekly or monthly NDNQI scores of the patients and the nursing documentation, so that way reports can be done and nurses know what areas that they need to improve on when providing care to their patients. Also, having high nurse turnovers can lead to infections in patients, and especially not being able to document or care for lines, drains, being able to turn your patient in a timely manner, they can lead to pressure injuries. So some of the documentation that the NDNQI looks for is and even the hospital entities that I work for, the things that we monitor. We're going to monitor how many patients have Foley catheters, how many patients have central or PICC lines, how many falls have we had on the units, are we documenting in a timely manner. All of those things contribute to the ultimate positive patient outcomes and the improvement of patient safety, and that is our ultimate goal. Let's see here. That's pretty much all I have. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.